Oh, back. Ay, ay, ay.
Woj.
That's your line. Sorry.
Woj.
Welcome back to B-Ball and Bacchanal.
Yeah, boy.
Form MD.
Yours truly, Dr. J, the Soca Prince.
Ay, ay, ay.
That's what we saying.
No, that's what you just say.
That's what I just say.
So I like your Gansey this evening, sir. I see the Raptors taking a bite out of Drizzy. I mean, OVO.
So this is what we're doing here today, right? I know you like the studio. I know you like the fits. Only one of us has come prepared for basketball and Bacchanal. Some of us have come prepared for hockey and hokiness. I don't know what's going on, but we will continue with the program. Big up to everybody, cameramen, engineers, everybody making sure the sounding right. We inside YouTube. Big up to everybody commenting below. Big up yourself.
Spell YouTube for me, please.
It's very simple. You, and then you get that tube, right? Tube is something, I don't know if you know this, because you don't really travel as much as me, right?
No.
But in the UK, they don't call it TTC, they call it the tube. So when they say YouTube, it's like you and it has traveled throughout like a tube, like in the UK. So there's travel, but on the internet. So it's all the TVs. So big up everybody on YouTube. I just give you some heights there, you know. Yeah, boy.
I ain't buying that. At all.
You ain't buying what selling.
Listen. You know, I's a Knicks man, eh?
Unfortunately, yes.
But the Knicks blue and orange don't match with nothing. You understand?
Nah.
Nothing.
It's true.
My partner PK go and play for Jersey. I say, all right. I like the team, but I like the colors. He's like, yeah, the colors nice. Yes.
It's
yeah.
kind of like a Trini color. You know
what I mean?
All right.
You know what I mean? All right. Doc, it's been a minute.
It has.
It has a minute.
How have you been over that time?
All right.
You been okay?
Everything good. How you doing? You blessed? Like I'm going to say, you blessed?
I'm blessed.
You blessed?
Yeah.
You lit?
Yeah, I lit.
All right. Good. NBA talk.
Yes.
All right.
How we starting, do you think?
Well, I will get to your Raptors in a minute because we cut all your ass the other night, eh? And I was in the building. You know what I mean? I was in the building.
All right.
And we're going to talk about the rebuilding going on just now, right? You like that one?
I like it.
All right.
Segway boss. Go on.
All right. So, standout performances for the season.
Yeah.
So far. We see Mitchell drop 71 points.
Impressive.
Right? And I can't tell. Honestly, since Kobe dropped the 81 and D-Book dropped the 70, I say I ain't see nobody dropping points like that again. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then Luka. 60, 20, and 10 or 11 or something so. To you, what's the standout performance between the two?
Between those two, I mean, again, this is kind of like a personal bias. But you see when somebody does something against the Knicks, I back in that. And Luka, 60 points, 21 rebounds.
All right,
because I think you forget that one that he catch off of that free throw to put it into overtime.
Yes.
21
right.
rebounds,
yes, all right.
10 assists. That's a historical night,
yeah.
right? Big up to Donovan, as you mentioned, 71 points. But we've seen people get those kind of numbers already.
Right.
There's nobody in history that has had 60, 21, and 10.
Right.
Do your maths. If nobody has done it before, then I would say that is the historic night. I big it up. And I mean, that could show you that maybe Dallas needs to give Luka more help, perhaps. But I ain't going there right now. We saying standout performance. Yeah, boy, Luka. Like when I watched that free throw, and it's kind of funny because both of them had similar, like missed the free throw and you get right.
Yeah.
But the Luka one, bro, nah. And the fact it was against the Knicks, yeah, boy, big up Luka.
Luka Zaid?
Yes, I like that. I take it out. Luka Zaid. That's your new nickname.
Put the face on the battle, eh? Luka Zaid.
I had a little stick, man.
Yes,
you don't remember that commercial?
Yeah. How you
From
mean?
Trinidad, you don't remember that?
How you mean? That used to come after Cadence. How you mean? How you mean? Listen, Luka, you do a good job, but it's against the Knicks.
The same Knicks you was bigging up?
Yes, that's
okay.
Up. Listen, Pascal Siakam scored 52 the other night. And they bring out kind of everyone buttons and they went to the floor. Then he played with the other night and he scored 13, 14 points.
So what are you saying? It's only because it's in the garden?
Yes.
It's in the garden.
Listen, I the numbers, man, eh?
Yeah.
71 sound better than 60. Any way you slice it. You know what I mean?
True. But what about the rest of these stats?
That's all right. He ain't do that again. All I say is...
Who wasn't doing that thing?
Listen. You know that coming like? You remember who was the rebounding champion 3 years ago in the NBA?
Here we go.
Accent for a friend. Accent.
Who was the rebounding champion?
Like stick breaker there, so you can't hear me? Who was the rebounding champion?
Rudy Gobert. If we only had a fact checker still, we could ask.
All right. 5 years ago, who was the rebounding champion?
So what are we doing? What are we doing?
I just said.
What are we doing?
When you in primary school and you go on Birchmount to run or wherever you're going to run.
Right.
Sacred Heart, Holy Spirit, where you're going to run, right?
Right.
You
want Holy Spirit still.
You want the red ribbon.
Yes.
Nobody care about second place.
Yeah,
Nobody care about third place.
Nobody want the purple. Yeah. Nobody want
Everybody studying scoring.
Yes.
Let me be honest.
Okay. So
nobody studying rebounds.
So let me ask you this.
All right, go ahead.
Who's leading the league in scoring right now? You know who? Did you do your research before the show?
No.
Do you know who is leading the league? Luka Doncic. He is leading the league in scoring, not only the average, but total points as well. So this shows me...
How hard is that to do when your second best player is Dinwiddie? How hard is that? Tell me.
But
Let me go back to this.
What it shows me
Let me draw
is
reference.
even when your boys scored 71, what happened? What happened?
They win. Let me draw a reference, all right?
Okay.
This is my reference I always come back to.
I understand.
You remember a fella by the name of Mike James?
Of course I remember Mike
Played for the
James.
Toronto Raptors?
Yeah.
What team Mike James come from to the Raptors? You remember?
Nah. Houston? Nah, it wasn't Houston. Where'd he come from?
I'll get to that.
Okay.
Come to Toronto. Toronto was garbage. I always say it ain't hard to play on a bad team. Everybody in the NBA could play basketball, eh?
Right.
You understand? But when you get to a team, they just put you in a box and say, this is what you have to do. You understand?
Right.
Mike James comes to Toronto and averaged 20.6 points a game. 20.6.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Play yourself. Get big contract in Houston. You know what you average in Houston? 3.3. Right? I just say it. Okay. Dinwiddie is the second best player in Dallas. Dirk Nowitzki got it. Jason Terry got it. What Big Bill say? Put some bands on all their head like Jason Terry. What you say? All the fellas gone.
You know what's impressive? That you could know Mike James' stats, but you didn't know that Luka's leading the league in scoring right now.
I tell you
That's
that.
impressive.
I tell you that.
That's impressive.
Luka's it, I tell you that.
It took you a minute though.
Mitchell, for me, is the better stat line. Because in the history of the NBA is Wilt, and I go on record to say this. They say they're not 100% sure Wilt really score 100 points, eh?
Come on.
Because
We're not doing
look
that
at no, look at no.
Patrice, I'm not doing this here with you
Listen,
today.
it could have been 96, 90, no, Jay,
Patrice,
it was longhand.
We are not revising history here today, right? Are you one of those fellas?
I'm not saying Wilt score 83 or Wilt score 82. It was like 98.
So you're telling me that they couldn't tell 3 digits from 2 digits in long form? Come on, bro.
Okay,
It was 100 he scored.
All right. Let me tell you this.
Break it down.
We coming off the pandemic, right?
Yes.
Why you breathing heavy so loud?
Like, I just know you're going to talk some shit.
Right?
Let me hear, yeah.
We call it the pandemic, right?
Right.
They say this thing happened 100 years ago with the Spanish flu, right? Right? 100, right? You know what good is. They say 50 million people dead, right? 50 million. That's a lot, eh? You see the lot of acts when they say 50 million, that's a lot of money, eh?
Right.
Because if we get that, I done. I retired, right?
Right.
Who tracking them numbers? So, I go start. In Trinidad and Tobago, right? Somebody dead doggy street. Somebody dead doggy street.
Oh, Lord.
And they come on the road and say, Jay, I see 3 men dead for the Spanish flu, but in truth, I'm going to buy Smarties. I'm going to get a drink with my mask on. You rock by Smarties. Smarties, I see Patrice on the road. You know 8 men dead now by the big tree? In truth. All right. Smarties go by the next fella. That number jumped to 18 now. Who tracking that?
So wait, so you feel that that's how the government track? Is that they hear from you?
I didn't say that about the government nothing.
But
I just
this
said
is how they get the numbers.
I said Wilt Chamberlain, we don't know if he scored 100. All right. Back to what I said. Wilt score 100, Kobe get 81.
Is this April Fool? Is this punk? Is Ashton Kutcher gonna jump out here? Am I getting punked?
Mitchell is the 3rd highest scorer in the history of the NBA. That's what I'm saying.
So,
to me, that was the stand-up performance. I just saying.
Patrice, you've been reading a lot of Reddit forums, haven't you?
Smarty, you don't worry about what I read it, okay? Yes. That's why I read it. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well done.
I just said.
All right. Welcome to the conspiracy episode of B-Ball and Bacchanal because...
But who tracking them numbers in truth?
What do you mean?
How much people died for this Spanish flu in Trinidad in 1990? Tell me.
What are you talking? I came
Who
prepared
tracking
for
that?
B-Ball and
Who
Bacchanal.
tracking that? A joint referee, who tracking that? You see the 100? You see the 100 that they draw for work? You see the 100? Like you see my son when you do his schoolwork and you go at the race and he just make a zero and then a stick?
All right. Is that what you thought it was?
I just said.
It was 91 you feel.
I just said.
Come on.
I just said.
You heard it here first. Broken by Patrice, the 4MB.
I ain't break the news, all right? I just say this is known.
This is known.
Yes.
This is known.
Yes, I ain't break the news. I'm breaking it
Wowzers.
for you today. All right.
Wowzers. Okay.
Denver.
Yes, Denver.
I think it surprised some people. But as you know, in the beginning of the season, I called Denver in the West. If you remember.
I don't remember that, actually, but okay.
All right.
We could roll back and check a clip.
Yeah, we can rock back and check that. All right. Denver, number one in the West.
Okay.
You think this is the year for Denver? And will Jokic win MVP again?
You know, I feel like I don't like Denver, but
Why not?
it's just from John Elway. You know what I mean? I just never
You
like...
telling me you come to talk
I
basketball?
just
you said
never
Denver?
liked Denver. I don't... Mile high, altitude, people say you can't breathe up there. I just never like it. And then we have
What
this...
had to do with basketball?
And then we have this guy who looked like he's like the villain in a Rocky movie, and he backing down everybody. You know what I mean?
You see,
You know what I mean? I don't like it. But
the two-time MVP.
I had to give Jackie Jacket,
Yeah.
give Jimmy Jim Boots.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, how can you fight it? As long as they stay healthy, right? Because I feel like
And
as
Jamal
great,
Murray, a
I was
Canadian.
going to say this, as great as Jokic is, you need Murray. You need Michael Porter Jr. I love what the GM has done in the sense of like some of those secondary moves.
It's an argument, yeah.
They surrounded him with was it Bruce Brown.
Yeah. Aaron Gordon.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been a fan of Gordon. I tell you that from jump, and I feel
Possible
like
dunk
he's
of the
now.
year?
Yes, and they try to call a charge.
But I think what made it big,
Uh-huh.
the dunk was big, but it was him falling on the man after.
Yeah, boy.
I would have did some push-ups on the guy.
Nah, you can't do that.
You remember a guy who played, he went to Duke, Trajan Langdon, came to the NBA, and he dunked on a man and he started doing push-ups on the guy?
I don't.
No?
Okay.
All right.
I'll take your word for
I
it.
do push on the guy. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was researching about the Spanish flu numbers when that dunk happened, so I think I might have missed that one still.
You're bad.
Yeah.
Fix up.
But yeah, it's all of that surrounding cast
Yeah.
that makes Denver, a favorite. But I really think it's health. Like, I don't know. I can't trust Michael Porter Jr. He's played about as many games. Yeah, he's played as many as Kawhi. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. But in the sense of MVP, as much as we would like to say there's other favorites, because in the media you're hearing all these other names for MVP. We just talk about Luka.
Yeah.
KD, Embiid again, like
Jason
Tatum is doing incredible numbers. But if you look at his stats, Jokic is actually averaging better
Than the
or
last two.
on par of when he won.
Yeah.
So
And I always say, best player of the best team.
right.
But the issue is, what you saw in the past of Michael Jordan, I think the NBA just got tired of giving it to Michael Jordan.
Right.
Because those years they gave it to Karl Malone, those should have been Michael Jordan's MVPs.
Right.
Michael Jordan's like, okay, you got those, I'm getting the rings. You know what I mean?
So is that similar to when, as people argue about Steve Nash, how he won, and people say, well, they just don't want to give it to somebody else? Are you going with that with Jokic? You feel that's the voters
Steve
are just
Nash
tired?
got two back to back. I think one of them should have went to Kobe, or Kobe's going through all that legal stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. Shaq feels he should have gotten it too.
Shaq only has one MVP,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Most dominant player ever, right? Nash can't hold water. As good as he is on offense,
Yeah, but
Nash
neither
can't
could
stay
James
for the
Harden,
win.
and he's won one.
but James Harden scored like 1,000 points out there, and it doesn't matter.
Right,
what
right.
Steve Nash scored? Steve Nash hair just flying in the wind there. You know?
Right.
You give the ball to the Brazilian blow kind of thing, making the fellas, you know what I mean? Like, Jokic, as good as the fella playing, they're gonna find a way to give it to somebody else. You know what I mean? You can't to get 3 in a row. That put that fella. I don't know if Bill Russell get 3 in a row. Me, I know if
Has anybody
We'll
gotten
get
3 in a
you
row? I would assume Bill Russell, but I don't know of anybody
but
in
it was like
recent
8
memory.
teams in the NBA anytime, right? So Mike, you know what I mean? Yeah, he fought when he was born and thing, but Mike can get 3 in a row. Mike get 2.
I think
LeBron
pretty
get
much
3 in a row.
everybody's gotten 2. I don't
Yeah.
think anybody's gotten 3. Smarties?
Yeah, that would be Bill Russell, Chamberlain, and Bird are all the 3-time MVP.
Bird got 3, eh?
Seeing.
Well, I don't want to touch that.
And he was a 3-peat.
So you can't fight that.
The Celtics won 3 in a row.
He got 3 MVPs in a row.
Oh, yeah, 3 in a row. I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole, but you know.
No, how can you fight that though? Stats are stats.
All right, sure. That's-
Talk. So hold on.
Some people like their cucumbers pickled. I don't know.
Hold on. So you could go into the Spanish flu was a lie, but now Larry Bird winning 3 in a row, you don't want to touch. This is off topic for you. You don't want to get canceled for that.
He did play the same time Magic Johnson, no?
So what are you saying?
So Magic couldn't have broke that up?
Not
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Clearly, no. I mean,
Dr. J? Julius Erving? Your
Clearly.
namesake? I'm just saying. No?
it would seem as if Larry Bird was the greatest.
At the time.
The man shooting left hand, right hand, all kind of thing.
3 in a row.
Incredible numbers, man.
All right. I'm gonna go home and do my research and check those years to see who won. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just say it. Yeah.
No, I understand, but
3 in a row, that's tough.
I agree with you.
Especially
I think
this time, you know what I mean?
this time with the amount of people that are doing things on a level. It's not to say that Jokic is like heads and tails above everybody else. Because to me, to win 3 in a row, it has to be something where like
clear cut.
it can't be close. Like even last year was close for him to win the second, but he got it deservedly so.
People were complaining too.
But people complain.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't the best player on the best team.
It could have
Right?
Embiid, yeah,
But
for sure.
when you really watch what he did and succeeded with really nobodies,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
With all due respect to the rest of the team,
Yeah.
there were a ton of injuries. And he
He held it,
still
yeah.
held it down.
Like 4th, yeah.
Right? So now for you to do this and you have similar numbers,
Your
but
first-
other people
Yeah.
are doing it's kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think the league is kind of pushing for Jason Tatum, you know? Like, that's going to be the face. I think that's what they're kind of,
Yeah.
you know, where they kind of push for. At the end of the day, they still want their American guy to be the guy. At the end of the day, you know what I mean?
I mean, well, I don't know if I would say that because Luka is right there. Like Luka could win MVP right now.
Yeah. But
If the season was done today,
yeah.
I think nobody could argue with Luka winning, even though he's not the best player on the best team. He is the best player in the league.
On offense.
So they have a defensive player of the year, no?
Who? Dinwiddie?
No, I'm saying don't they have that award? Like they have. That doesn't mean
Okay.
you're the MVP. That's what I don't understand.
Okay.
where you're at.
But you're
The
not Tom
most
Brady.
valuable player doesn't mean.
But you're not Tom Brady. You're not playing just offense. When you play basketball, you play 2 sides of the ball. You do know that, right?
Yeah,
When you score, you come back, you play defense, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So the same effort you put on offense, you got to put on defense.
But there have been MVPs that have won based on their offensive capabilities.
And there have been other soca DJs who you come and trumped and take. I'm just saying, that's what happens. This is it. This is it. You know, like on the group chat, man, like you'll send me a fax machine and say fax. I'm just saying.
This is what we're doing?
I'm just saying. It's what it is. I'm just saying. Nah. Jokic, unless he hits another tier, and you see that game there this week or last week there when somebody dunked the ball there,
Mm-hmm.
and the rim bent and they had to stop the game.
Yes.
You see Jamal Murray on the sidelines there taking pictures. I see Jokic do a little laps back and forth. I'm like, listen, you're not staying warm. Stop this.
Yeah.
But all that's added to it. You know what I mean?
It is.
Yeah.
But I also think, like, I don't see how, if you gave him the MVP based on his stats, and he's doing better in all those categories, he has to be in the running. He has to be top 2. top 3 max.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to fight that.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
For sure. For sure.
Whether he actually gets it is another story, because I understand the whole three-peat. I understand that side of the argument from you, but I feel like he should definitely get strong consideration, and I agree Tatum, but I think Luka's right there too.
And listen, man, we can't forget Giannis, man. You know?
Yeah. True.
You know what I mean?
True. If he gets his free throws down,
Yeah.
problems, you know.
Yeah, I think so. All right. In the East.
Yeah, so we talk about Milwaukee, but in the East.
Brooklyn. I call this too, you know.
I'm pretty sure I'm the one that called Brooklyn, no?
No, they're surging right now.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I called them to win
You call what?
Brooklyn to win, no?
Okay, but you know what happened to Brooklyn, right? KD's out.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
aware.
All right. Go ahead. But they're surging. Can they win the East?
So now you want to bring up the bad news about Durant.
Can they win the East?
Strain MCL.
Can they win the East?
And you're trying to bring
Have you
some
ever
kind
strained your
of...
MCL before?
I believe I have, right? There was a...
Oh, God. Here we go. What do you believe?
There was a...
When you went to the doctor, what did the doctor say?
There was a lady, right?
Hold on. Before we start, before we talk about doctors, you still haven't answered me. What is your doctorate in?
I'm going to get that. I'm going to get to that. So I was at Ella's Banquet Hall, right?
Oh,
This was the year of Chutney Bacchanal.
96.
And being somebody that, you know, I always like a challenge, right? So as Chris Garcia, long hair, he on stage, he's singing, and you Chutney Bacchanal, whoa, right?
Was he
A
waving
girl
royalty?
come and challenge.
Yeah.
Try to challenge the waistline, right? At that time, I didn't have the girth I have today. You know what I mean?
He was 10.
I didn't discover the embodiment of a roti at that age of life. You understand? I didn't really understand. I didn't clap apparata yet. So I didn't really get the foundation of certain types of delicacies.
All right.
So I feel a strain of MCL that night, but I didn't go to the doctor because of that. You young.
Yeah.
You shake that off.
You walk it off.
You go down the road.
Yeah.
But I wasn't doing like Ella's every other night. So I understand Kevin Durant, I'm not bad talking here.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you could shake it off, because for me, that's once a month, once every other month, I had to tackle that again. So I cool. Maybe if KD was playing games like Kawhi, he could go through with that strain and be okay.
Yeah.
So I get it. He has to take his time.
Yeah.
What I will tell you is Brooklyn can win the East, because prior to him straining the MCL, you remember how much games they won? It's like 18 of the past 20, right? And it's not only Durant. Durant is amazing, but we have to give props to Kyrie. Kyrie Irving is doing the thing right now. So this is now where we see, can he be a leader? This is where we see, because we know he can get buckets whenever he wants. Kyrie, he's incredible, right? Kyrie, he's the boss, handles all kind of thing.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see him make the rest of the team flourish like KD was doing, right? Mm-hmm. So now all the focus, because you don't have, because it's KD getting double team. Mm-hmm. So Kyrie's able to do his thing. Now, is Watanabe still going to be shooting at a high clip? Right?
Yeah.
Cam Thomas, like all these guys off the bench, Joe Harris, all these guys have to now step up.
Seth Curry.
Right? Yeah. Step up and show that, all right, we good, because they have a good team. Mm-hmm. To me, they are missing at least one more big, but I feel like I like Brooklyn. I still feel that they're poised to win the East. And what they're saying is the injury isn't as bad as the one that kept him out, I guess last year it was.
They can say whatever they want. You see the way that fella light up on the ground and he rub that knee?
Yeah.
The way he rub it there? Listen.
There's a problem.
Jay, Tiger Bob it over.
Yeah. Just some Iodex and you good,
Oh, yeah, Jay, that is?
You good.
The first layer of that cream is just to get rid of these scales, because the foot has been dry, yeah?
Yes, it is.
And then the next layer is to penetrate, you know what I'm saying?
So you don't like Brooklyn, is what you're saying?
I don't know. As good as it looks, man, like, again, I'm a resume guy. I told you that this guy is gonna get injured again, man. He's getting older. You know, you see his legs, Jay. His legs are like these poles here, man. The guy's skinny. You know,
he is.
Like the way Butler came and he ran into him, I'm like, oh god, this guy's dead. You know, and Kyrie, as great as he's playing, which is amazing because you think about it. 3 months ago, all we're talking about was Kyrie.
Yeah.
Anti-Semitic, and he just when you play good, everything goes away.
Yeah.
Look at Russell Westbrook. You start playing good, everything goes away. You know, but Kyrie, listen, Kyrie's that guy. Kevin Durant's down. Okay, what's gonna go on? We're looking for Kyrie Irving, man. We haven't seen his car pull up into the ticket. The guy's gonna. What do you mean, Jay? The guy's gonna go rogue.
No, he's not gonna
Jay,
go rogue,
I've seen this movie before.
Now the issue was Steve Nash before. Him
Remember
and
Back to
Nash
the
weren't
Future?
seeing eye to eye. So now
Back to the Future, you're going back in time in the car. No matter what happens, Jay.
He good.
When you sit down in the movie theater for Back to the Future,
Was he coach
you're
name?
going back in time.
Vaughn?
Jacques Vaughn.
Yeah, he good, man. He good.
He's good what?
The two of them have a good.
Jacques Vaughn's last name is not Irvin.
The two of them have a very good relationship.
Yeah?
You're not going to rogue. The issue was Nash, man. Nash probably come and bring him some potato salad with raisins, and then he didn't like it. Some Bacchanal happened.
Do not send me on the group chat how and they stretch out with all the O's and the W. That's what you're gonna say, eh?
Yeah, but nah, it's not gonna happen. I have faith in it, man.
You do?
Yeah. Listen, Brooklyn, I feel, is gonna be that feel-good story. Now remember, we have Actually, no. Last year you picked Brooklyn too. A lot of us had jumped on the Brooklyn bandwagon. No, sorry. Okay, you didn't pick them to win, but you had them going into the finals, if I remember correctly, in the bet.
Negative.
You
Boston,
had
Milwaukee.
Was it? We'd have to fact check that.
I never picked Brooklyn.
Never?
He didn't.
Listen.
It's the New York Knicks thing. That's why he don't pick Brooklyn. He's a hater. That's his reason. Haterade instead of Lucasade. It's haterade.
Brooklyn is cool to party and stuff. You go to Tilden Hall and stuff like that.
This
you know,
guy
Jay?
said Tilden Hall. How old are you again? There's no Tilden Hall again, eh?
I don't know. Have you been?
Back then.
How you know it's not
in
there?
the 90s.
It's a street. Tilden Hall is a street.
No, it was a fat place. We used to go there and party and things.
Yeah, but it's a street. But the place called Tilden Hall, it's a street.
So we could still party there.
I don't know if you can still party there. I mean, listen.
We could try a thing.
Yo, rent out the venue, man. I'll reach.
All right, there we go.
Right? So, at the end of the day, no matter what happens, Brooklyn can be as good as they want. Just be a part of me being a Knicks fan. There's only one team in New York. That's like football with the Giants.
Okay.
No matter what, the New York Jets, the New York Giants, no one's watching the Jets.
No?
Who's watching? You know any Jets fans?
Yeah.
Who?
Gary V.
Who? Exactly.
You don't know who Gary V is?
No.
Wow.
Gary Shandling?
This guy said that he doesn't believe in the Spanish flu, and now he doesn't know who Gary Vaynerchuk or whatever his last name is. You know who Gary V is, bro. Ease me up.
Do you personally know any New York Jets fan? I know you know a lot of your friends watch football.
I don't talk football with them, so I don't know. They could be, but I
They're
don't know.
not.
How are you telling me?
It's like in LA.
I've seen guys wear green, so they could be.
Yeah, Boston. No matter how good the Clippers are, it's still Lakers town. Lakers could have Smush Parker. It doesn't matter. It's still Lakers town. It doesn't matter.
So nobody's a Clippers fan.
That year the Knicks went to the yes, Billy Crystal. That year the Knicks went to the final. To the playoffs. Fine, see, I'm getting excited. Knicks went to the playoffs there 2 years ago, whatever it was, when Randall was playing out of his mind. The cheapest seat in MSG, $984, right? So run line, look at me, my virgin. It's all right. That's the cheapest seat. We can't sit too high. You got a nosebleed up there. Come down there. It's going to cost a little bit. He goes, yo, let's check book. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not watching book. He's like, yo, let's just see what's going on. Barclays, first round. We Googled. The cheapest seat at Barclays, Jay. Day of, $69.
And
you know your parents taught you?
That was
good to get cheap and cheap
you cannot tell me that was lower ball. You can't tell me that was lower ball. Ease me up now.
That was what?
You can't tell me the same way how you said your $984 wasn't too high up, so that's a lower ball seat.
But Jay, $69 to sit upstairs?
It's standing room only. You chilling.
You can't stand at MSG. $69, Jay. You convert that. That's like $83.74, dog. Jay.
Okay. So,
yo, good to get cheap and cheap to get good. Hey, I'm just
very
saying.
True. Okay.
I'm just saying.
All right.
You know?
So you don't like Brooklyn, is what I'm understanding.
Brooklyn's cool to go hang out. You know, I mean, they got
the team.
spot on Flatbush.
But the team. You're saying
hey, they're actually closing Vim.
I don't business about, is Dr. J's going to be open?
I never been. I'm a Vim man still.
Nah, Dr.
Very
J's is the way
irregular
to go.
merchandise, they call it.
Did I ever give a story? We went to, first time I ever went to a swap meet. I ever give you that? Me, Tane, and Earl, right? We go down to Brooklyn. Now, Tane, he was the guy, he always used to travel there with his family, right? So he
knows
always
all the
knew,
spots.
he knew the swap meet spots, right? So we all go down. Go and check out this place. Listen.
Explain the swap meet to everybody.
So it's like a flea market, essentially, right? But not as nice, right?
How is it not as nice as a flea market?
I go to a swap meet, you go
Okay,
understand.
all right.
So we go to this swap meet. We see all kind of pants laid out, all kind of sweaters. Back then it was the hill figure, you know, when it's embroidered, right? The big flag.
The bootleg.
I didn't say bootleg, right? So I now feel like I'm in heaven, right? I have a little, from a little gig, you have a little 80, you know what I mean? I see some jeans there, boy. I feel I hit the jackpot, right? You ever see a Nike jeans with just do it straight up the leg? And I swear this was legit, you know. I swear it was legit. Just do it straight up. Puffy.
It was puffy.
You know the thing.
It was raised.
Raised.
Like a pleather. Raised pleather.
I feel I win the lottery, boy.
How much is the jeans? I know you remember the price.
Listen, it was like a 3 for 20 kind of vibes, you know what I mean?
This, Jay. For denim?
And I feel like...
For denim?
Yeah. I feel I get through, boy.
Oh, gosh.
I feel I get through.
I can't.
And the thing is, I wish I still had the jeans to hand it down to my sons. Because I want them to experience what I went through when I wore those jeans.
But these kids can get away with that today. And that's a
No,
heavy
they
fashion.
cannot.
Yes,
No.
Yes.
Because everybody knows Nike never made jeans.
Yo, these kids are shopping at Variety Village and thing, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I get the whole like retro vibe.
I'm
and
saying you
thing.
can get away with anything. Yo, you have those? It's a one of one. Who else has that?
A
E-Man?
jeans,
E-Man still have that one?
He might still, because he's probably the same size. It wouldn't fit me still, but yeah, hard luck
Jay,
for me.
that's a one of one. Who else has that?
Yeah.
Would the raise just do it?
Yeah.
Is it swoosh backwards?
Depending on the angle you watch it, yes. Because for me, looking at it down my pants, it was the right way. But if you watching it from the other side, it was upside down. But yeah, it is what it is.
Shout out to Brooklyn.
Yeah. Big up Brooklyn, yes?
Hey, listen. Call Ted and Holland, organize a fete, eh? Labor Day.
Yeah.
All
All right, we inside. Let me do it.
All right. So, Mount Open story jump out last
Here we
week.
go. Yeah.
Fred Van
You're
Vliet.
very disrespectful.
Fred Van Vliet, they come out and they say he turned down $114 million and he going to this same damn thing he betted on himself. So my thing is, how this story coming out in January?
Okay. Because they're not playing well, right?
Who ain't playing well?
The Raptors.
You're kidding.
So
Just so? You're kidding.
you asked me a question, I answered the question, right?
You're very honest this evening.
You
This
asked
is
me
the
a
most
question.
honest you've been in 3-4 years.
If I could admit that I bought a bootleg Nike jeans, I could admit the Raptors are not playing well
You
right now.
tell me you didn't say bootleg. You got back on this story now. You're reneging. Yes, pause.
Say the word again.
You're reneging. You're reneging on that. You pull back. You're reneging.
Hey. All right. You're coming with some good vocabulary
I'm just
tonight.
saying.
I like it. You go put that on a shirt and see if it sells.
Listen, you have a fella here dying laughing.
I just wait until we get a reaction from this fella reading Harry Potter. So what we gonna do is with Fred Van Vliet, right? My issue is one, how the story come out, but now I don't know if you saw the interview today.
With Fred.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So basically, Fred come out and say he doesn't know how this story come out, which to me is a problem because Raptors never have those kind of issues, right? Even when trades are about to happen, nothing leaks. Like the organization of the Toronto Raptors is close knit. Bobby Webster, Masai Ujiri, like from top down, people don't talk. This year, though, I find, Nurse is kind of calling out the team. There's been some cracks we see. There was a thing between Thaddeus Young and Scotty Barnes, right? Where I guess Thaddeus get a shot, maybe he didn't get the ball passed back to him. He come up to Scotty. Scotty's like, yo, I'm the rookie of the year. Cool yourself, Todd. You know what I mean? Don't call me Todd. My name is Thad.
Yeah.
I call you Todd to your face. Like, I don't know what happened. I can't read lips. But what we see is there's a little Bacchanal with this team. And winning cures all, right? So with this kind of situation, Fred came out and said, you know what? It wasn't a formal offer. It wasn't something like this was written out. We just had the discussion. And we both agreed that we would wait because at any point, because he has a player option, he can sign it throughout the year. So there's no rush. And he has come out and said, I'm not discussing my contract. Like, we focus on basketball. I'm not discussing nothing like that.
Well, he's lying because he's not focused on basketball. Let's be honest here.
He's
I
focused.
thought I saw him when I was at the game on Friday. When I went to buy the popcorn, I thought he was in front of me.
Here we go.
And this is like the second quarter.
Right, because everybody who's 6'1" looks like that.
I'm just saying,
All
he's
right.
not 6'1". Stop this. They
He's
listed
6'1".
at 6'1".
He's 6'1".
They listed Charles Barkley at 6'9". He's 6'4".
He was 6'9" when he fell at glass. That's all right. So I feel like where there's smoke, there's fire. And I don't like stories coming out because things don't come out about the Raptors. But I find I'm hearing too much stories, and I don't know if this is like other organizations trying to choke, you know? Because everybody is looking.
Okay, you're reaching it. You're reaching this point.
No, I feel
No one's
like
trying to choke the Raptors.
there is. No, we are not. But I think people want what the Raptors have. We'll get to this in a second, right? But
It's
I
not
feel
far. It's a plane ride, eh? The Congo's not far, eh, Doug? Anything you want. It comes like a swap meet. You just run. The plane.
It's right there.
6'9"?
so the
That's what you
same,
say, right?
so the
Space
same,
and pace.
the same swap meet, right?
Yeah.
I went to get like an airbrush shirt. My sister gonna laugh when she sees this, right? So this was our second time we went, right? This is our next time we went. This is the time when I went. No, I tell you, no, it's not the same
You
time.
got duped the same time. Come
No,
on.
it was a different time. So this is the time when I went. I bought cross colors this time. So this is a different year. This is a different year, right? I got an orange
And you win.
and
you
a
win.
yellow.
You win?
I win them, boy. But I was taking too long, right? So I buy those things, and then there's
you
always
taking
the
too long? What do you
one,
mean?
because I'm with my parents, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
we're all down there. And you know when you find that airbrush, the guy who does like the wicked caricatures and thing? So I have this idea. I'm like, yo, I want an airbrush of me DJing.
Yeah.
Right? You could do that for me?
Yeah.
I'll rock this everywhere. I'm Dr.J big, all kind of thing,
Yeah.
right? But I took too long buying the cross colors earlier now. So I buy up the thing. I see the fella. I say, yo, I need this shirt, right?
How long does it take it?
That's the thing. I didn't ask that question.
Yeah.
I just asked to do it.
Yeah.
So I pay the money.
Yeah.
He start. So I, Jason! Right? So I ignore. I get the whistle from my dad. You know how like your parents just whistle and you know that means
That's for
call
you
you?
only.
So I ran. We had to go. Time up. We go in so and so
Yeah.
line. I'm like, but I get this. Get it thing. We had to go.
Yeah.
Mayana, I know you're gonna look at this and laugh, right?
It's a half shirt.
This shirt had an outline of my head and like one.
One turntable?
Listen, I kept that in my drawer just to hold on to this to keep me humble now. Because when I tell you I went through real strippiness in life, eh?
So you weren't going back to get it done the next year?
No.
You're in New York every year though, dog.
Nah. I wasn't
Tay,
thinking
take it back by his swap meet?
I wasn't thinking like that.
Ten, let me rock back down.
I wasn't thinking that far ahead, bro.
Let him fill it in.
I was so vexed. If you see this shirt, I'm gonna take a picture and put it up one day.
You still have it?
I'm sure it's somewhere. It had to be in a closed bin somewhere, you know what I mean? Anyway,
Right.
yeah. I don't know what I was getting at, but yeah.
So do you think Fred's worth 100?
Actually, yes, I do. He's a champion. If Tyler
Stop
Hero,
with this champion crap.
Tyler
you can't
Hero-
keep holding on to this, man.
what's Tyler Hero's contract that he just signed?
You didn't hear the man's last name?
My
His rap
point,
kind of thing?
my point
Listen,
is, if
listen.
every money
Adam
spent in,
Morrison. Adam Morrison's a two-time champion, eh? Where is he?
but what was his contract?
It doesn't matter.
No,
only
I'm
want one
trying
this
to- I'm
thing.
relating the
He's a
two.
champion. He's a champion. So's Malachi Flynn. And what? So what? Who cares?
You are so disrespectful.
Go buy a champion sweater. You're a champion too. Nobody cares. Fred, oh, he's a champion. You can't start a conversation like that.
You're very disrespectful.
No, I'm just
This
real.
guy contributed to us getting a ring, to Toronto having a champion. If it wasn't for Fred, you don't remember that shot, him with the bloody eyebrow and thing? This guy wasn't some role player down on the bench like Malachi that you're trying to call. No.
You ever see Bloodsport?
Yes, I have.
Remember Van Damme there?
Of course.
When he threw the dust in his face? When he come with the Dave Renner dust in his face?
I don't know if he called it David.
Right?
But yeah.
The same thing. And what? He won. But it's over. No one talks about Van Damme anymore. It's done.
But you just brought up Van Damme.
But I'm saying.
But you just talked about Van Damme.
It's an analogy. I'm just saying. Nobody cares.
So I'll bring up an analogy then.
Let me hear.
Hero got 180, I believe.
130.
How old is Hero?
I believe he's
Smarties is slow. 24?
22.
22.
Right? You pay players on potential what they're going to do. Listen, Fred's on the back end of what he's doing. It's done.
Is that what we do?
In sports?
In sports, you pay them for the potential. You don't pay them for
pay
what
them
they've done.
Why would you pay someone for what they've done?
If they've done it and they've shown consistently that this is what they can do, then you pay them for that.
Like the New York Yankees did with Derek Jeter. Jeter, thanks for everything. Here's 3 years,
So it's
$90 million a year.
So it's baseball in Bacchanal now.
We pay you what you're going to do. That's what we pay you for. We pay you for what you're going to do, not for what you've done. Because you see the contracts at the end of the years, they start going down, right?
Okay.
They don't go up. Fred's done. Let's be honest here.
He's not done.
Listen, Fred's how do you let Tyrese Maxey drop 44 points and you score 1 point? That's not even an and one. That's a 1-and-1 and you miss one. Jay, 44. You're a minus 43, dog. You're minus 43.
Listen.
You're minus 43.
Right.
Jay.
So it's all on him.
Jay, last year in the playoffs, every time he sees the schedule, he sees Philadelphia, he's like, damn, I got to put in work. Maxey stretched this guy out so heavy. Like the guy he tried to keep in front of him. He pulled his groin. You can't keep up to these young boys, yo. You're done.
He stretched him till he pulled his groin.
But you saw it.
Right.
You saw it.
Okay.
The man overextended himself.
All I'm saying is don't renege on that talk day, eh? All right.
Listen.
Good.
Are you paying this guy 3 years, 114 million? Are you paying that? Or whatever, 4 years, 130 million.
What I'm saying is what's Haslam's contract? Like there's people that you pay based on what they've done and what they can do for the locker room.
Haslam's there for security strictly. How's they get no minutes?
I'm just saying.
When last time you see the ultimate Floridian play?
My point is
the ultimate Floridian.
My point is that is why some people get paid, and Van Vliet is a contributor. He got paid already. No, he hasn't.
What's he contributing to?
Nah. To a winning culture and a championship here in Toronto.
Is he the vocal leader on this team right now?
I mean, I'm not in the locker room, so it doesn't seem like he is.
You being a Raptor fan watching every game, do you see Fred VanVleet as the vocal leader on this team? Because it's not Pascal, and it's not OG.
How do you know that?
You can see the African contingent. They're not vocal like that. You can see it. So I just rock back and work.
So Joel Embiid isn't vocal?
I didn't talk about.
No, but he's from the African.
I'm talking about on the Raptors.
Oh, so it's only. So if you're African and on the Raptors,
I'm just saying.
This is what happens. You just don't. You can't speak now.
You see what the GM is,
what are you saying?
You see what the GM is.
Right.
Okay.
He's vocal.
So exactly, because he's running the ship. Fred VanVleet is the Raptors leader, right? He took over for Kyle.
Yes.
Vocal leader.
Yes.
Now, when they called timeout, and I've seen it before with Kobe and the Lakers, where some team was going on the Lakers there and they had an 8-0 run. Lakers would look over to the bench at Phil. Phil just said, play through it. Right? They kept playing. Finally called timeout. Come over to the bench. Kobe grabs a clipboard. He says, guys, this is what we're doing. Blah, 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 blah. Done. Go back out. Phil said in the post game, that's exactly what I was going to say. Kobe is an extension of me on the floor, right?
Okay.
Now, Fred VanVleet, we called timeout. I come over to the bench. Guys, we're going to go out there and win. When I look into your eyes, Fred, I don't believe you. You're a liar. You don't believe yourself, Fred. You don't believe yourself.
How?
You believe in Fred?
Where
you scored 1 point, dog. This man come out there and scored 28 one game, and the next game scored 4. Fred.
Okay.
Listen, as much as I diss Ponderosa, right? As much as I diss Ponderosa, Kyle Lowry, the guy, okay, you know, what they call the guy, man? The Bay Street, what do they call him?
I don't know who we're talking about.
Kyle Lowry.
Bay Street bully.
The Bay Street Bully.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
He talk, guys, get hype, whatever. I believe him more than I believe Fred.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Fred's a vocal leader. I don't believe Fred. I'm not believing the guy. And I'm not giving him $114 million either. There's no way. Not at this junction in his career. No way. He's got to go. Raps. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
This guy is so disrespectful. Like, I'm stunned. I'm
Why you stunned?
speechless.
Why? Are you keeping Fred for $114 million? You don't want to win. You don't want. You don't want to go downtown and parade again. You don't want to block up all my university and Nathan Phillips Square. You don't want to go downtown again. See? You don't want to go to the parade.
You know what? I go behave.
I see Fred just launching that ball at the
I go
rim, man.
behave. I go behave. I go behave.
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Minus 43.
I would like the fact checker.
You know what? High school.
Uh,
After we play a game and those guys run and get the stat sheet, whatever, they'll be like, yo, dog, this guy scored 28 on you, eh? What do you think was? How do you think film went the next day? Everybody's sitting down watching film. Okay, guys. Well, this kid Tyrese Maxey poured in 44.
Tyrese Maxey's a very good
Fred
player.
had 36 minutes at 1 point. I could do that. That's not even an and one. Jay, that's a 1 and 1.
It's a 1 and 1.
And you missed one.
I got that. All right. Wrap it up. What's next now?
When you driving on Lakeshore, you're going home. What are you thinking to yourself, dog? When you go by the SO there on Lakeshore. Right by Dad Lecky there. All right. Trade rumors. So, at this point in the season there, it's coming up to mid-season there, February. Teams got to trade.
Yeah.
Teams got to buy. Teams got to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you got buying and selling?
I mean, I would say one of the sellers, based on what I've heard here today, it's got to be the Toronto Raptors, right?
No,
we got to sell. No. I'll just take everything you said,
No,
right?
you can't do no.
And regurgitate and basically say the Raptors have to sell. We have no vocal leader, right? We need back Kyle Lowry. We need back DeMar DeRozan, apparently. We need back all the things that made us who we are prior to this season. But yes, this is what I was getting at before when I was telling you about how certain things are coming out, and I wonder if it's other execs, because we have pieces that other teams would want and need, right? A lot of teams are scoring, they're built on offense, and you don't have shutdown defenders. OG Anunoby is a shutdown defender.
Can't trade him.
What I'm saying is there's other teams that will want,
For sure.
and depending on what they're willing to give, that is a serious trade piece, because it's all about trading high, right? You have to sell high, sorry. So Fred is another one. Gary Trent Jr. is playing well. He is an incredible scorer, but he's also in the, well, I shouldn't say that. He has a player option, but the way his contract is,
He's making 19 a year.
he wants to make more, so he's definitely going to say he's going to opt out, be a free agent. So instead of losing him for nothing, I think he is somebody else that we can sell. Because I think we're at this juncture where, unlike with the Kawhi deal and, well, I guess more Marc Gasol, because that was more mid-season, right? Kawhi was in the off-season. We are not just one piece away. We're not just one little, like, if you just make this tweak, this is the fit that we need. We have real pieces that we're missing right now.
Oh, I'll tell you where you are.
So my point is, if we sell in, is the Raptors who are selling.
Well, Coco Lux.
And buyers, I would say, or do you want to stick to the sell and you say a sell?
you are.
So my buyer now is going to be the Los Angeles Lakers, right? Lakers have a lot of injury issues, as we know. AD has played, I had it written down. Hold on, I'm going to tell you. When I looked at this, I was like, this is insane.
He sprained his ankle in the air.
Right. They say it's a bone spur and a stress.
In the air, though?
Something, so yeah.
How you get a bone spur in the air?
He missed 12 straight games so far, right? While we're airing this. But they've still gone 8-7 without him. LeBron is playing at a high clip, and he even came out in an interview because people keep asking him, like, what do you think the front office should do? And he said, stop asking. You know what the F they should do.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's clear to me that the Lakers are going to be buyers. The problem has been they don't want to give up because they basically only own two of their picks, right? Which is 2027, 2029. At that point, people are saying there's no way AD and LeBron are still on your team.
Yeah.
So you definitely won't be that great, and you will need those picks.
Right.
So to trade those away to win now doesn't make sense if you're thinking long term.
Right.
But you cannot waste this prime year of LeBron James.
No.
You can't waste that.
No.
So I'm not a Lakers fan. I know our fact checker Smarties is, and a lot of other bandwagonists are. But what I will say is that the Lakers have to buy in this trade deadline. They have to find something to tweak there, because to me they are not to win the West, like in the sense of being first place, but to be in that mix, because I think they're dangerous like a Golden State, where they don't have to win the whole conference. They just have to be there and not be a play-in, right? They have to be in that 4 to 6 range, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a 3 if they get on a big run, and potentially do damage, because it's the whole mystique of who LeBron James is. It's the mystique of who Steph Curry is, the mystique of who Klay Thompson is. It's the mystique of... So what I'm saying to you is that the way the Lakers are constructed, right now, nobody's afraid of them, right? You have young guys talking smack to LeBron James, where LeBron has to tell them, like, yo, relax yourself, right? That couldn't happen before.
No.
Right?
No.
That aura has washed off. And I think it's because they know he can't do it alone. He doesn't play hard on defense. He will play hard for plays, but not the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that wears down on the whole team. You have a great defender in Patrick Beverley who can't see the floor because he can't shoot.
Is he really a great defender, though?
Well, he has been one of the better point guard defenders in the past.
Right.
But he can't see the floor, right? Based on how well he shoots or how poorly he shoots. So now it's like Schroeder getting more minutes, right? Westbrook is playing well. They're even giving Nunn more minutes. So all these guys now you're even seeing Thomas Bryant looking very good, because they need other guys to step up.
Yeah.
But these are going to be pieces to be part of other trades, and I think the Lakers are going to be big buyers in this trade deadline. So tell me your buy and sell now.
You know what's crazy, though? You think about it? As crazy as LeBron's numbers are, he's not even in the MVP talk, eh? How crazy is that?
No, yeah.
Crazy, eh?
Because of how poorly the team is. And I think, too, it's like people are fed up.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm fed up with LeBron.
Yeah.
But you can't fight it. Like, you're totally right. What LeBron has done at his age
It's incredible.
is incredible.
Like, he's scoring like 29 a game, but it's a hard 29. Like,
It is.
It's not that easy, you know?
It's not a sexy 29.
Nah, it's a hard 29, you know? I see a play there. LeBron there, he went to get a ball, he jumped out of bounds, and then he ran back, and then after something happened, he fall down on the ground there. And LeBron, you know?
He in pain.
Buyers, I got the Grizzlies. I think the Grizzlies are one piece away from making real noise in the NBA Finals. The finals, not the playoffs, the NBA Finals. The Grizzlies have real picks.
Right.
They have about 3,000 picks.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And they can't keep all these young fellas on the team. They can't keep Baines. Baines getting 2 point something million this year, getting 3 something next year. What's he next year, boy?
I feel they call him Baines because Clarkson hit him so hard up he see him twice. His name is Desmond Bain, but we'll call him Baines for now. Continue.
You know, Trinidad always had an S or something. You know what I mean?
Give me a Cokes. Yeah, all right. Okay.
Right? I feel they need, I can't say they need something in the middle. They need that extra, they need a veteran to put them over the hump. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And they're right there because, again, they can't pay all these fellas.
But they brought a veteran.
Who?
Danny Green.
They can't pay all these fellas. When the last time we see Danny Green play?
Danny Green is a veteran with... okay, I'm not going to say it.
Say it.
He's a champion!
The same fella who come out today in Phillip Square and say, oh yeah, apologize.
But he's a champion now.
He apologized.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying.
Is it just one ring he has? How many rings does he have?
2 rings with the Lakers the next year.
Didn't he win one with San Antonio too?
You get me? You understand that? Okay, 3 rings. Good for him. I want listen. When he was in San Antonio,
I like when you lose an argument. Just good for him.
No, thing. When he was in San Antonio, he was great actually.
Okay.
He was a great defender too.
Good for him.
But then when he came here, that was it. It was all downhill.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm just saying that he's a vet. If you're telling me that they need a vet, they brought in the vet already.
He's not the guy. He's not contributing on the floor.
Okay,
yet.
so who do
He's
you
a
think?
guy-
Who is somebody that they can actually get?
Okay,
Give me a name.
Okay, so that's the thing. There's like 450 players in the NBA. It's not you don't know who's available until
give me
you
a vet.
trade.
Of course, you know Jay Crowder's available. Does he make sense?
No, it's not good enough. You need something.
And Phoenix won't send him to Memphis.
All right, so that is my seller actually.
Okay.
Phoenix is my seller.
Okay.
I think Aiton's is gone.
Really?
Whatever move they made in the summer, because there's still problems going on with your boy Montgomery, Monty,
The coach, yeah.
Monty, and Aiton.
Aiton.
You saw what happened last month. They're arguing
Nah,
on the bench,
tell
right?
me,
You
tell
see
me.
that? They're arguing
Oh,
on
with the
bench.
points. But no, but the issue, was it between those two or wasn't
Yes.
Aiton yelling at somebody else?
Monty was right there in his face. Same thing.
Okay.
Again. Monty again. They haven't squashed it yet. But for whatever it was,
From the playoffs.
yes.
Right,
Because they were
when he got
talking about it.
benched.
They were saying that he signed, but players cannot get traded until December 15th. You can't move a player until December 15th. And they kept emphasizing that. So for whatever reason, they signed him to keep him as...
And to
obviously
get
as
something.
to
Right.
get something, right? Because
Because you can't lose them for nothing.
Right, because for the Suns, that window is closing.
Right.
Like, I think this year, this is it.
Right.
Chris Paul. These guys have Chris Paul till 2025 for like $30 million. $30 million, Chris Paul. He can barely walk now, eh?
Is he a
Next 2
champion?
years. No.
Oh, okay. But you're trying to bad talk Fred VanVleet. You see where you're going? All right, continue though.
I'm
Continue.
talking about the same talking about Fred VanVleet.
But if you're gonna tell me what he can do, Chris Paul's making 30, bro.
Okay.
I'm saying that teams have money and can spend it accordingly, so don't fight down Fred.
But are you paying Fred $25 million a year? No. Absolutely. Jalen Brunson got $25 million from the Knicks. Is
Right.
Jalen Brunson and Fred VanVleet on the same level?
Yes.
Stop this.
Is Jalen
Stop
Brunson
it.
is he an all-star? Because Fred is an all-star.
Right now, today?
He was an all-star last year.
He was?
Yeah.
You know what All-Star means? All-Star means they like you for the first 41 games of the season. Do you want me to tell you who was an All-Star? Do you want us to go here?
Is this what we're doing?
Antonio Davis was a sorry, then he said was an All-Star.
Are you gonna be
was a blinking All-Star?
Are you gonna be disrespectful to Antonio Davis?
He sucks. The guy, yo. Let me get straight by Antonio Davis.
Okay, let's hear this.
So I'm working by Conrad's, right? And Mark Malloy's.
Uh,
This is like 1998, 1999, 2000 maybe.
you should zoom in on this, by the
Right?
way. Go ahead.
So you couldn't get the NBA socks yet. So now you could go into Foot Locker or something, you go on NBA.com, you can get the white socks.
Right.
You have the NBA logo.
With the
right?
logo, okay.
So this guy coming to the shop, he's like, yeah, can I get my hair cut? Sure, so no problem. American accent, he's sitting down there, whatever. And he crossed his legs, and when you cross the legs, the pants went up. And I'm young and impressionable. I looked at it, and I'm like, those NBA socks? Where does this guy get those? But you can't get it.
Right.
I was always a guy, like, I'm like, I'm in the States all the time. You can find whatever, you know? Where's this guy get these socks, whatever? So cut, whatever. I cut his hair. He's like, man, thanks. This is great. Then he leaves. I look outside. This guy's driving this big Chevy Suburban, blacked out. I'm like, okay. 2 weeks later, he comes back again. Yeah, can I get the same haircut, young man? Sure, sir, no problem, whatever. Cut the man's hair, whatever. Talk, whatever. He leaves, jumps into a Lexus. I'm like, yo, Pops is balling out here, right?
Right.
So next time he comes up there, I'm like, yo, Pops, man, okay, what's the score, man? Like, how'd you hear about the barbershop, whatever? Yeah, these guys told me about the barbershop, but we live down on Bayview down there, whatever. My wife and her husband there, he plays.
Wait, my wife and her husband?
My daughter and her husband.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I thought that was where the story was going. Okay, go ahead.
The husband plays. He plays basketball for the Toronto Raptors. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you might know him, Antonio. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, Antonio Davis, whatever. Figure it out. Next time he comes in with the 2 kids. So Antonio has twins.
Okay.
So a boy and a girl, right? So whatever. I cut the boy, whatever. They leave, whatever. Next time he comes in there, whatever. Cut the hair an hour. You know, we're cool. We're talking stuff now. You know. He's like, sir, is everything okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks. This is a great haircut. Thanks. But I see, like, you want to say something, right?
Like he's antsy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he walks out inside the front of the shop there, and I'm watching him, and he looks left, he looks right, he looks left, he looks right. So I'm like, yo, this guy want to talk, okay? So I go outside, like, sir, is everything okay? I want to ask you something. You know I can find some smoke? I'm like, yeah. I said the convenience store's right here. No. He said, I need some smoke.
Right.
This before dispensary,
right.
yeah?
This is before everything opened up.
Right? I'm like, sir, it doesn't really work like that here. He's like, all right, listen, let me write this down for you. He goes in the car, he gets a card. He's like, here's the number of the house. If you can find that for me, I'll have a driver come and pick you up, and you can drop it off at the house. I'm like, yeah, okay, sir, no problem. There's no way I was gonna get that last thing it is maybe to be on CP24 at Antonio Davis's house, dropping off packages. First found out, yeah,
serious.
yeah, man.
I didn't know that. Wow.
They're from Chicago originally, Indiana,
okay.
Indiana, Chicago, yeah.
So after his dad trusted you to bring, allegedly.
No, he asked me. He didn't trust me. He asked me.
So he
Who
asked
cares?
you.
It's legal now. Who cares?
Right, but at that time,
Yeah.
when it's
Illegal.
frowned upon,
Yeah.
he asked you to do this.
Yeah.
And you have the audacity 30 years later to come on this podcast and say he's shit? Wow.
No. The
Is that what you said?
father-in-law was cool. Antonio Davis sucks. The father-in-law was great. He tipped good too. Haircut was like $12 back then. Jay gave me a Twinkie. He gave me the whole thing. So yo, run a Twinkie. Yo, done. Yo.
Well done. Well done.
All-star just means they like you.
Okay.
You're having a great 41 games.
Okay.
And he made it
There's more.
because Matumbo got hurt. A laundry list of them got hurt.
Right.
And he was like the 5th one in line.
Okay.
Because back then it was center. You
had to take a center, right?
You know what I mean? Just saying.
Okay.
Memphis, Phoenix. Buy and sell.
All right.
Like the Buy and Sell magazine. Remember the Buy and Sell magazine?
I did. Yeah. You could get them at
Walk in the convenience store,
You
you
just
go
walk
inside?
out. They have all of them there. I remember that. Such a great episode, boy. I love it. Be balling Bacchanal.
He sucks though. He wasn't good. Let's be honest. He's very stiff.
You know what I like? Is when we have these like pre-meetings, like this stuff never comes up. Like I didn't know that we would go down this road. You know what I mean?
But Jay, this is what I do, fam.
I love it.
As you would say.
Yeah. You don't follow leads at all, bro. Like at all. Like
But Jay, this is what makes the show. I'm just saying.
okay, all right.
When you go to church, when you go to church Africano this year, ask your auntie, grandmother's grandmother, whoever it is,
Right.
if they know about the Spanish flu. How many people died in Trinidad? Just ask. Cause
I'll go find out.
Because we can't trust Wikipedia because you could change Wikipedia.
Okay.
Just saying.
All right. All right, dog. All right.
Whoa.
Is it time for Kakawol yet? Or
Oh yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah. Cockle of the week. Jay, who we have?
Is you was ready to wrap up the whole show?
Yeah, I was done. I hot boy. This studio hot boy. All kind of lights boy. This thing hot.
All right. So real quick, my Kakawol of the week, right? Now this is something that, since we've been off for a while, there's a lot of stories that we could pick and choose, right? But this kind of goes to somebody who could potentially be one of the sellers, which is the Chicago Bulls. You know, people are saying that Chicago may blow up the team based on they're not really performing, and similar to Toronto, definitely not playing up to the expectations that you think with the core that they've built, right? Mm-hmm. They built a core around DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Ball as well, who's been injured, so he's not really in the mix right now. But Vucevic is the next one, right? From Orlando. So between this three-headed monster, it's like DeMar is really the most consistent, or who gets a lot of that, like you take that last-minute shot.
Yeah.
Now, because you have a good memory, you start telling me about stats from 1982 and all kind of thing. Do you remember I was the only person to talk about this particular play when Lamar, right?
Yeah.
When DeMar got this. So, Smarties, if you could show that clip for me, all right? You see DeMar get this last second shot, and the whole team is excited that he hits it, and there's one player that's vexed. And then it's almost like he realizes, oh shoot, I shouldn't be vexed. And he wakes up, and that's Zach LaVine. So if you watch that clip, you could see that he wasn't happy, right? There was a lot of other people who were genuinely happy and excited when he got that. And if you watch the clip properly, you could see Zach LaVine's face.
Like a Ronaldo thing.
You understand?
Yeah.
So this has been brewing for a bit. But again, he now was a free agent, could have signed wherever. The most amount of money, though, is what Chicago could give him.
$215.
Right? So he takes the most amount of money, but clearly things aren't gelling.
Yeah.
So now stories are coming out. Well, it's him and the coach, Coach Donovan, right? They're saying there's friction with him because he's not happy that all of those last-minute plays run through DeMar first. Then there was an issue where he was benched, right?
Saw that, yeah.
And the team was actually making a comeback, but they were playing all the bench players, and the veteran on that particular lineup was DeMar. And he came out pretty publicly and said, well, you know what? That's the coach's decision. Like, I know what I could do. I want to be out there, right? Which I get. As a player, you want to have that mentality. But I also feel when you're not hitting certain shots, you don't publicly bad talk the coach like that. We don't see that in Toronto necessarily, right? Maybe because Coach Nurse doesn't know about using the bench. We'll talk about that another time. So, getting back to this now. Zach LaVine is a cancer to the locker room, to the point where they had a closed room meeting and they said other players were kind of going at him to say, like, your demeanor, your play is, something's off, right?
Yeah. And
all these, as we say, where the smoke, there's fire, right? You hear all these things. Now it's him and the coach, him and other players. He's not happy with DeMar. He's not this. At a certain point, you got to look in the mirror and say, it's me.
He's the common denominator, yeah.
You're the common denominator, right?
Yeah.
You're not happy about this. You're not happy about that. Well, work harder.
Yeah.
He is clearly talented. Clearly talented. But I'm seeing caca-holish behavior out of Zach LaVine. And to me, that is why he could potentially go to the New York Knicks, because that is where a lot of the caca-holes convene, is in New York, apparently. So let me put him through the tables for being my caca-hole this week. Zach LaVine, tables for you.
So that's where they could.
Oh, no! No! 3D! 3D! It's over!
You mean they don't convene in the bowels of the ACC?
You're very disrespectful.
No, you're very disrespectful. I'm just saying.
Just because I had a roti that didn't agree with me at the ACC doesn't mean I was in the bowels of the ACC.
Why would you eat a roti at the ACC?
Nah. Big up. Well, no. At the Scotiabank Arena, I would eat the roti, not ACC.
It's ACC. No, listen,
Nah,
it's
at
like
Scotiabank
Skygo.
Arena.
You don't call it Rogers
Big up to
Center,
Wicked
do you?
Carib. The roti's good, eh?
Okay, you're obviously sponsored.
What do you mean I'm obviously sponsored? I'm saying it's good.
This guy said, yo, man, the roti's wicked, eh?
I said it's good.
Don't let me walk back downstairs and tell me, Patrice, do I ever buy that roti?
No, it's good. It's good. Yeah, real talk, it's good.
Okay, so you had the roti at the ACC. You ate the roti at the ACC.
Scotiabank Arena, yes, I did.
All right. And next day, you
Next day I was good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
I could have run a marathon and thing. Yeah, I was good.
I don't know about that, but all right. So, Caco of the week.
Let me hear you.
I don't watch college basketball again. I was a big college basketball fan, eh?
Okay.
And being from Toronto, we used to get certain merchandise, right? So again, Syracuse merch, again, Michigan merch, Notre Dame, Georgetown. And something about that Georgetown Hoya kind of stick with me, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I started to watch Georgetown in the 80s and the 80s. You know, so you're seeing Ewing, you're seeing Morning, you're seeing Dikembe, Iverson, all the fellas. So I stick with Georgetown. So anybody ask me now, you know what I mean? I say hello to my team and thing. I say, hey, who's your college team? I don't watch again, but Georgetown. Last week, something come across my phone there, and I see Georgetown lose a record 25 games in a row.
Wow.
I said, hold on. If the season start in October, and them fellas playing once or twice a week,
Mm-hmm.
that going back to last season, you understand?
Your maths is mathsin'.
A little bit. Convenient.
Yeah.
The head coach at the Georgetown Hoyas, you know what it is?
Nah.
Patrick Ewing. You know how good it is, eh? Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing cost me a lot of lunch money in high school, eh? I eat too much in high school. I mean, you can kind of see it, kind of, you know what I mean?
Right.
So because of that, I don't gamble. I make a mistake, I gamble you the other day, you know what I mean? So I don't really make
Yeah,
no
I get some
gambling
corned
thing.
beef and thing, yeah.
How you could lead. All right, and coming like I tell you about Fred. When you need like we were saying, fellas, we're going to war. Look at the fella beside you. Stand beside this fella. We're going to war against UConn. We're playing Villanova. We're going to win the game today. 1, 2, 3 defense. You're lying.
Right.
You're lying to the children.
Right.
If I had history class, I did take come out. Boop, boop, boop. All students, Georgetown Hoyas senior men's basketball team, please come downstairs. The team bus is here waiting for you. I might stay in the class. Why are you going for?
You're losing anyway.
25 games in a row. What happened after the 8th game? The 12th game? The 17th game?
Right.
You leave a bad taste in your mouth, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The 23rd game? 25? And what did Dean do? He did admissions. They didn't do nothing?
Hard luck there, boy. You have a point.
That being said, furthermore,
The point being said, and
It
then
was-
furthermore. Usually those two don't go back to back. But continue. Sorry.
it was post Spike Lee getting thrown out of the garden.
Okay.
Remember when Spike got thrown out of the garden there?
Yeah.
Sorry, not thrown out of the garden. Spike likes to go through the kitchen.
Yeah, sorry. You're right. He wasn't allowed to go through that
To the kitchen.
entrance.
They said, Mr. Lee, we're going to escort you to the VIP entrance. He said, no, I go to the kitchen like Goodfellas. I want to go to the kitchen. They said, sir,
Employees only. Right.
you got to go to the VIP entrance, which isn't really getting kicked out, but you got to go somewhere different. Patrick Ewing now, who feels say he is Madison Square Garden, decided to walk in some hallways and corridors while he was a coach at Georgetown that he wasn't supposed to be in. So some young usher, sir, you can't be here. He goes, yeah, I'm Patrick Ewing. He goes, I'm not too sure that is, sir, but you can't be here. He had no credentials.
Okay.
He goes, yeah, but look at my picture on the wall. The guy probably really wanted to say, all you black guys look alike. I don't know. You need to rock back and go.
Right.
You like, oh, I can't believe they did this to me in New York. You deserve it.
Are you
What have you done for the Knicks, Jay? Besides,
Are you serious?
the thing is, you guys hold on to this thing because he's Jamaican. Oh, he's a Caribbean man. Oh, Curry go to Oxtail. Oh, who cares? You're a loser.
Wow.
But it shows. Jay, against the Pacers, when he had the DOP on his leg there, he couldn't even look at the camera. They go, Pat, what happened in that game against the Pacers, man? What do you do? The back rim. Fat Joe had the song there. This time I won't finger roll. Pat Ewing. Yo, the man finger roll the ball, Jay, back rim. He can't look at the camera. He look at it, he's like this. He's like, well, I couldn't get any lift on my foot. Turn your hand over and dunk the ball. You're 9'9". Jay, your hand was right there. The guy's a loser.
So 9'9" and the usher didn't recognize him.
Jay, it's deserved.
Disrespectful.
Smarties,
Wow. I cannot believe a New York Knicks fan is about to do this.
tables.
Patrick Ewing, the legend.
Why is he a legend?
Oh, no.
Tell me
No! 3D! 3D! It's
You have the UN shoes? Exactly.
You're I do actually, but you're very disrespectful.
So why is he a legend? Tell me.
What Patrick Ewing has done for the New York Knicks.
Which is what?
give them relevance, made them a winning franchise.
Yeah? Okay.
What do you have against centers?
We won.
You don't
we
like
won in
Ewing.
71
You
and
don't like
73.
Antonio Davis.
No.
Is it just big men? Is it big men?
Olajuwon, say, yo, Akeem Olajuwon is one of my favorite players all time. One of my top 5. Akeem Olajuwon sick. That's a center. You see what Olajuwon did to Ewing in the finals? Oh, Jay.
You're so disrespectful.
But you saw it.
It's not even my team, bro. I'm just saying, you're very disrespectful.
OJ Simpson happened. The same thing with the truck. It was
OJ?
the finals. It was the finals there with the
OJ?
truck. Yes, it was the Friday night. OJ there, the thing there, man. All them guys there. Someone at the free throw line and it came on.
White Bronco.
Yes. Even that couldn't help us. OJ tried to come and help us with a cape. OJ come down with a mask and a cape. He couldn't even help. Flipping you in.
This has been an enjoyable episode, I'll say that.
Boy, he can't get no lift. Dog, you're 9'9".
Yeah, this has been great.
Jay, if he's... Okay, let's be honest. If he stand up, Jay, you can touch the rim.
When are we doing this next? When are we back? 2 weeks?
All right, a fortnight. Whoa. This has been a great episode. Big up my co-host here, Dr. J. Soca Prince.
We're not cross colors next week, you know.
You can fit into that one?
Probably not.
All right.
You're very disrespectful.
The mustard?
Again.
The mustard pants. Did you really wear that, though, when you bought it?
Of course. What are you talking about?
So it shells, what you're saying. It shelled down the place when you wear it, eh? People losing their mind, eh?
Listen, I'm sure my dad still wears it.
Stop this.
I had it, yeah. My dad was rocking up cross colors the other day. He went to a
Bacchanal.
in the bright.
Yeah?
Yeah. People thought he was Bruno Mars and thing. Yeah.
24 karat magic.
That's what it is, bro.
All right.
D-ball and Bacchanal.
Whoa.
Aye,
Signing
aye,
off.